Hey everybody, Rebecca back for episode 59 of the Quintuple M, the Monday Mr. Money Mustache Motivation. Today's episode is coming from his blog post from October 25th, 2011, titled The Joy of Part-Time Work. As always, link to this blog post is in the description box below. I've got a little secret for you. Between the frosty North Pole of unemployment, where your bank account dwindles and your debts multiply while you sit at home and fidget nervously, and the sweltering jungle of full-time employment, where you wield a fire hose of cash but have absolutely no free time to do anything besides work and eat, there exists a temperate la-la land where the climate of life is balanced and happy. It's called working part-time. Meh, you might say. I already know about part-time work. That's what burger flippers and Walmart greeters do. But I'm a professional. My choices are only 50-hour work weeks plus commuting or a slow death of whining at home on my couch while bankruptcy swallows me. But it may not be true. The world of professional employment is actually much more open and flexible than we've all been trained to assume. And the reason is that behind the granite-carved corporate logos and expensive office furniture and the uncomfortable formal clothing, companies are secretly run by other humans, just like you and me. On the lower rungs of the corporate ladder, these humans tend to cling to the rules and policies and try to limit your individual choice, but you don't have to listen to them. With some gentle pressure and plenty of underlying job competence, most of us have more negotiating power than we realize. When Mrs. Money Mustache first came to the United States in 2000 and got her first job offer for $40,000, she was pretty excited, but when I suggested she enthusiastically thank the company for the offer and accept it, while requesting that the pay rate start at $44,000, she was quite nervous and skeptical. But with the confidence of knowing she was valuable and the backing of a low-cost lifestyle that would allow her to continue searching for a job if this one didn't work out, she made her counter offer. A week later, she walked into her new office and started raking in the shiny new $44,000 salary, which became the basis for future raises for the rest of her corporate life. When Mr. Money Mustache was ready to tip work-life balance a bit more to the life side in 2004, he suggested the benefits of the arrangement to his manager at the big high-tech company. The manager happened to be a career corporatist who didn't see the point of anyone ever working less. But after a few conversations and a shared meeting with a very high-level director, a deal was made and Triple M started taking every Friday night off in an exchange for a 20% pay cut. You, the Triple M readers, are some of the world's most innovative and competent professionals. Your company needs the skills you provide and they don't want to lose you. And you have an electric personality and are quite good looking as well. Well, thanks. Because of this, it is quite possible that you too can write your own ticket and start working less whenever you feel ready. The benefits are mutual. Your company will see an increase in productivity from you on a per-hour basis because you will be operating in a more efficient, creative range, much further from burnout. You might even get more done in 3 or 4 days of work than in 5 ho-hum days. You will gain the mental space to innovate. But your personal life will take an even bigger leap upwards. Imagine every weekend is a long weekend, an extra 52 days or 10 weeks of vacation per year. Your free time jumps by 50%. You can use the extra day for self-development. Sleep in a bit, do a huge workout and/or bike ride, get the groceries, read a book, practice a new skill, then cook a fancy dinner for yourself or your family. Isn't that better than the 5th day of work? The ideas above are written from the perspective of a person who already holds a corporate job, and not all corporate jobs have that flexibility. A high school teacher or a police officer may not have the option to redefine their job no matter how good they are. Then again, I do happen to know both a teacher and a police officer who did just that. There's always surprises waiting for people with the cojones to actually ask for something. And luckily, there is still hope for everyone in the long run: self-employment. Whether you ease into retirement by slowly scaling back your corporate job or jump into retirement by ending a less flexible job completely, the idea of doing something productive in early retirement that may eventually earn you some cash is a great idea. When you've led a life of single-payer employment, the idea of earning money for random things seems quite strange. I don't have any skills other than middle manager at Megacorp. Who would pay me to do something? But the real world is simply more fun than that. As long as you remain curious and energetic and don't work in a monotonous job so long that it crushes your spirit completely, You will find that things just magically start to happen once you have time to actually think instead of just working. This is why I feel that the earlier a person can retire from a less than fulfilling career, the better. One early retiree I know found herself writing articles and magazine stories occasionally after leaving her full-time job as a writer. Another fiddles around with academic research projects and gets paid to review papers before publication. My brother will always be a touring musician, even when he is done with his job of being an elementary school teacher by day. Others might be interested in real estate, photography, starting a climbing or kayaking school, bed and breakfast hosting, Android or iPhone app development, running an online store, becoming a fitness instructor, or self-publishing a book. Or YouTubing. Even after finding my own retirement nirvana with carpentry projects, I now find that even writing the Mr. Money Mustache blog could become a paying job if I wanted to put effort into making it earn real money. The joy of part-time work is that it tends to lead you into unexpected new directions. Another joy is that it makes your retirement planning much easier. With a part-time income doing something you really enjoy, you might already be fully qualified to retire from full-time work with the savings you already have. You can retire much earlier if you have a little spigot of money that you can turn on and off whenever you like. Imagine that you need $24,000 per year to live on comfortably. You've been saving for a while, so you have $300,000 in retirement assets stashed away. Using the conservative 4% safe withdrawal rate, you might only feel you can draw $12,000 per year from this fund to pay for your retired lifestyle. But with part-time work, you might find it extremely easy to earn the extra $1,000 per month. If you're part of a couple, you only need to earn $500 each, or a little over $100 a week on average to make up the difference. That's easy money to earn in the United States anyway. But the biggest reason for my love of the idea of part-time work is that it is simply a more natural and human-oriented way of doing things. When we get up every day and travel to the same place to work for a predetermined number of hours, we are making ourselves part of a giant machine. It can still be fun at times, depending on who the nearest cogs are that we get to grind against, but it is still a never-ending factory that tends to dull our creativity over decades, and the Western tradition of 40 or more hour work weeks is ridiculous. Paid work becomes the dominating part of your life, which is very efficient for saving up a large sum of money, but very inefficient if you have any other plans like raising children or accomplishing things other than work. When you work at your own pace, however, everything changes. You get to decide what your goals are each week and balance your work production against other things that are important to you. Sometimes work may be completely shelved when you take a trip or make a vegetable garden or move across the country to care for an elderly family member. Other times you might laser yourself in and become a master of disaster and produce a whole year's worth of income in just a few weeks or months. It can be difficult since it all depends on your own motivation, but I think that slowly mastering your own motivation and learning to run yourself as a fully independent person is one of the most worthwhile things you can do with your life. I sure have plenty of learning in the self-discipline department to do myself, but man, is it ever a great feeling to get a little bit further along in the project each week or each year. So that's why I feel the need to stand up for the often disrespected concept of part-time work. All right, what do y'all think of this one? This is a great article because I see a lot of people doing this and there's a name for it now. This path to financial independence is called Coast-Fi, where you maybe can reach your lean financial independence number and you drop down to a different job. You do something that maybe will pay less but you're more passionate about. Or you can drop down to part-time work in your current job, still be making money and still be putting some away in savings, but you don't need that full-time check coming in anymore in order to reach financial independence. You can cut back a bit and still reach financial independence. It might take you just slightly longer to get there versus if you just stayed working full-time and grinding it out. But a lot of people will opt for this part-time work just for the mental balance that it provides, everything that Mr. Money Mustache discussed in this article. And honestly, y'all, you know, if you've been following me for a while on my channel, you know that I did try to negotiate my salary some. I tried to get a raise, which turned into almost getting a raise for the entire department, but in the end it got shot down. Anyway, I did try to advocate for myself for a little better pay for what I currently do, and I work full-time right now, but part-time work may eventually be an option for me. The question is whether or not I actually want to do it. For some people, part-time work is the answer. It just gives them that little extra break that they're looking for. For others like me, at least as of right now, I feel like I would probably opt to just continue grinding it out and reach financial independence faster. That way, when I'm done, I can be done. And I don't know, part-time work, if I stayed in my current field, would probably just feel like I'm stretching out the end goal of financial independence longer than what it needs to take me anyway. Let me know what you think down below. Have you ever considered part-time work on your journey to financial independence? Do you think that you could cut back enough to make a side hustle work for you? At the time I'm filming this, this YouTube channel is not monetized. I've only got 820-ish subscribers, and I'm okay with that. I don't ever plan to make YouTube a full-time income business for me. This is just a hobby that I like to do on the side. I think uploading these videos is fun. It gives me an outlet to discuss these financial topics that nobody in my personal life wants to talk about, so it's a good outlet for me. And if it ever does earn me a little bit of side income, then that would be nice, but it's not something that I'm banking on to live off of one of these days. End goal for me is to just keep saving and investing and eventually let my portfolio support my lifestyle. That's financial independence for me. But the lure of part-time work is a little bit tempting, I'm not gonna lie. Like I say, I don't think I would ever go part-time in the job that I currently have, but who knows? Maybe I could explore part-time work in a different field one of these days. Before I was an ultrasound tech, I used to work as a registered veterinary technician, and I did that for years, and it was an enjoyable job. Now, I will be honest though, eventually working that job full-time, it got me burnt out on it, but I do miss working with the animals. It was a hobby of mine and a passion of mine, and it still is. Y'all know we've got our 2 dogs, love them to death. I don't think I'll ever stop being an animal lover. So if I could turn that into some part-time income somehow and not have to work full-time or worry about maintaining a full-time income, maybe that would be an option. Anyway, if you've ever considered part-time work on your path to financial independence, let me know down in the comment section below. I'll see y'all next Monday for the next episode of the Quintuple M. Thanks for watching. Bye.